first one focuses on looking at permaculture and looking at the relevance of permaculture in a marae-based setting or in Te Ao Māori and how it relates. We explore the ethics of permaculture, and we start looking at some of the basic design principles. We use a lot of video to kind of highlight and make the connection between the world we live in today and how permaculture can actually make our lives easy in a lot of ways. We did some soil samples, and all participants got to dig a hole and look and see what was growing on top. We also got to see what was growing or what insects were in the ground, and then look at different soil types, see if the soils were predominantly loam, whether they were sandy, or whether they were more of a clay base. So we walk around the site and we look at the sun angles. So where does the sun rise in winter? Where does it rise in summer? Where does it set in winter? Where does it set in summer? So we can start looking at best areas in terms of sun angles and how we can make the most or take advantage of sun. Other things we look at is dominant winds. Where is your wind coming from? We look at water and how water flows through the landscape, and all of those things help us to understand better where it is we're designing for. The second one focuses largely on design, and we introduce permaculture design as a systems approach to landscape design, as well as social living and community. And so we start looking at how different elements start relating to each other or relate to each other. So one of the things we look at in Wananga 2 is resources, and we look at where to find different resources. And so we looked at, well, what do we need to establish a garden? What do we need to maintain a garden? And where might we find those resources? And so we did a few activities that started looking at, materials and what they can be used for. So that was a lot of what we did in the first two ones.